There is a version of you that only appears when every escape route is gone. A version born not from comfort, but from the ashes of the bridges you burned. The exiled samurai understood this. He didn't become unbreakable by choice. He became unbreakable because there was no way back. And today, you will walk the same path. He was just like you once. A man who thought he had time. Time to change later. Time to fix himself when life became convenient. Time to chase his dream after the fear faded. But fear never faded. Comfort never left. And the excuses multiplied. Until his life became a maze of unfinished attempts. One night, after another failure, he sat alone, staring at the life he kept postponing. And he whispered to himself, "It's not that I can't succeed. It's that I keep giving myself a place to hide." Ancient samurai would call this state tsumi, a slow spiritual decay. Not from weakness, but from running from the war inside you. This story is not fiction. It is every modern man who whispers, "I'll start tomorrow." But the samurai worldview gives that man only one answer. If you leave your retreat open, your spirit will retreat. In the age of the samurai, warriors practiced a brutal philosophy. The path of no return, kafuku naki michi. Once chosen, it allowed no retreat. No negotiation. No second guessing. Samurai burned boats, abandoned homes, severed ties. And stepped into a world where hesitation meant death. But for the exiled samurai, it was worse. He was betrayed by those he trusted. His clan erased his name. His master denied his oath. His brothers left him to die. He survived. Alone. Banished. Unknown. This exile became his greatest teacher. To walk forward, he had to walk with nothing behind him. The ancient system taught, a man becomes unstoppable when he cannot run from himself. Modern people avoid this truth. We keep every comfort open. We treat weakness gently. We negotiate with discipline like it is optional. But the samurai knew. Weakness survives when escape survives. Your real enemy has never been time, luck, or opportunity. Your real enemy is the voice that whispers, "You can return to comfort anytime." This is the voice that kept the samurai weak before his exile. The voice that told him, "Rest. Start tomorrow. No one will know. You can quit later." But when exile came, that voice died. In psychological terms, the samurai entered a state called identity shock, where the old self collapses, and a new one must be born or the mind breaks. Modern science calls it forced adaptation. Ancient warriors called it rebirth. Every struggle you face, waking early, pursuing your dream, controlling your mind, is an internal war against the self you must bury. The samurai's war began with tragedy. Your war begins with truth. You cannot build a new life with the same identity that destroyed the last one. There is only one method in this philosophy. Remove the option of going back. Not slowly. Not step by step. Not when you feel ready. Immediately. Samurai called it danzen. A decisive cut. For you, it means delete the escape apps. Remove the distractions. Break the habits that numb you. Stop explaining your goals to people who doubt you. Cut off the roads that lead back to the weaker self. The modern mind hates this. Because the modern mind is addicted to options. Addicted to back doors. Addicted to safety nets. But identity only changes when the old identity has nowhere to hide. The exiled samurai became unbreakable. Because he had no path except forward. Samurai discipline is not built through intensity, but through continuity. Water cuts stone not by force, but by the fact that it never stops falling. Science agrees. The brain rewires itself through repetition, not motivation. The exiled samurai practiced every day. Not because he felt strong, but because he had no permission to break the cycle. Your mind must follow the same law. No gaps. No pauses. No missing one day. Every break rewrites your identity backwards. Samurai philosophy says, the blade that rests gathers rust. Your identity is the blade. And every day you do nothing, you rust. Samurai never waited for obstacles. They prepared before obstacles appeared. Modern psychology calls this pre-commitment. Samurai called it sealing fate. They pre-decided. If fear comes, I act anyway. If distraction comes, I stay on the path. If exhaustion comes, I move slower but never stop. If doubt rises, I silence it with action. The exiled samurai mastered this because exile forced him to predict every threat before it reached him. You must do the same. Prepare for the moment weakness attacks you before it arrives. This is how identity stays unbroken. The modern man breaks because he tries to change without changing who he is. The samurai transforms because he kills the part of himself that keeps him weak. When the exiled samurai finally returned to the world, people did not recognize him. Not because his face had changed, but because his identity had been reforged. He walked like a man with no fear, because he walked like a man with no way back. Your transformation begins the same way. Not by doing more, but by removing what keeps you from becoming more. Burn the retreat. Cut the back doors. Step onto the path where your only direction is forward. Walk the way of no return. And your weakness will not survive the journey. If this philosophy resonates with you, subscribe for more lessons from the exiled samurai and the path of the Japanese warrior mind.